Hello, this is BlueStar, Defender of Equestria, and this is my Afterthoughts review of Shadowplay. What evil lurks in the hearts of ponies? The Shadow knows! And it's like, oh, this episode was just so cool, it's just so awesome! Yarr! It's like, I can't also help but think, it's a good thing I rebuilt my caster, because my gosh, it got a workout during this episode. Oh, there was just so much excitement and drama and stuff and everything, and the primary and the secondary and tertiary lessons and whatever comes after tertiary. But yeah, there were definitely a lot of cool things about this episode. This is definitely the kind of episode that you could stop and look at and think about and go like, This is almost what I like the most about this episode, is that all during this episode, it's planting the seeds and laying the framework for maybe the characters aren't doing the right thing. Looking back at it now, yeah, within the first 30 seconds of this episode, we see that all the characters are casting out Stygian and just like, which is obviously not very nice. It's like, that wasn't very friendly. It's like, no wonder he turned to the dark side. But it all worked out in the end, so yay! Oh, and by the way, the elements of harmony are back. Yes! I think Pinkie Pie said it best. It's like, yes! Friendship power rush! Yeah! I love it. That's what I love about the elements of harmony. That was such a cool moment because I was totally not expecting that to happen. It was just so cool. Anyway, yeah, there's definitely so much to talk about in this episode, but I really like that in the end, friendship did prevail. Again! Yay! I mean, there's definitely so many lessons in this one. One of my favorites was sometimes you gotta question what other ponies are doing, including the legendary ones. Because this was almost a sub-point of a royal problem. The reason Starlight Glimmer was the pony to send to fix this problem was because she was the only one who was crazy, I mean bold enough to actually, confront the princesses and say, Princess Luna, Princess Celestia, I think you two have a problem. I want to help you. Nobody else would dare to do that. That problem would never have been fixed if some pony hadn't said something about it, so I kind of like that. I mean, it's sort of another point that kind of goes into that, is that, just because these ponies are legendary ponies and everything doesn't mean that they're always right. They're ponies like everybody else, and they make mistakes like every pony else too. And I kind of like that. When I look back at Star Swirl, I've always thought it was Star Swirled, but it was actually just Star Swirl. Anyway, I look back at Star Swirl, I would almost look at him as being like a knight, a soldier. It's like, we must do what must be done. It's like, it is for the benefit of the realm and all that. I mean, if I didn't know he was a sorcerer, I would have sworn he was a knight or something, because he has that kind of, we must go and slay the enemy. We must protect the realm. But again, it's like, we don't really know all that much about Star Swirl. It's definitely cool to meet Star Swirl and all the legendary ponies. But this is going to be really weird now, because now they're not just legends, they're real, and oh, they're here now, and they're here to stay. I don't think we're going to be seeing them like every episode. In fact, I'm not even sure how much they're going to appear. I think it's kind of clear that, yeah, these are not going to be regular characters, that they're going to go off, explore Equestria, and find out where they fit in the best. And yeah, they'll make some appearances once in a while, but they aren't going to be quote-unquote regular characters or anything like that. It's not like they're going to move into the Castle of Friendship or anything like that. But it's going to be just so weird. It's like, these ponies are here now. I was hoping we were actually going to learn something about them. I didn't think we were actually going to basically be part of the series. I thought they were long gone. This is definitely one of these episodes there's so much to talk about and discuss. That's what's kind of good about this episode. It's also kind of bad in some ways, because it means that this episode had to move at a pretty fair pace. But at the same time, I think that's okay, because we're in the middle of a crisis when, the Pony of Shadows appears. It's like, we must go and find the Pony of Shadows and defeat him before he takes over Equestria. And all that, so we don't have time to be, just sitting twiddling our thumbs or anything like that, so... But yeah, I don't agree with the idea that, oh, it would have been nice to have had, 6 episodes for finding each one of the objects. It might have been nice to have 3 or 4 episodes for this season finale. No, I definitely don't think we needed, additional episodes. It might have been nice to have had a 3rd episode. I don't think we really needed one. I remember Tommy Oliver saying that about Friendship is Magic Parts 1 and 2. It would have been nice to have had an episode dedicated solely to each one of the main 6 finding their elements. I think that would have been too much. And not to mention, it's also, which 6 episodes are you going to cut from the season? Because you can't do them all. You have 26 episodes, and that's basically it. You can't do everything. So yeah, if you want to have 6 extra episodes, 6 of the other episodes would have had to go. So but still, I think this was okay. I mean, it in some ways is a little rushed, but I think overall it was okay, so I liked it. So, yo, this episode has it all. It's got character drama, it's got action, it's got emotional power moments. Roar! It's like this episode has it all. And I definitely have to agree with this from Dr. Wolf. I get this plot would definitely have made a much better story for the MLP movie than the story that was in the MLP movie. I'm not saying that the story in the MLP movie was necessarily bad, but this one was definitely way better, and in some ways was way more epic and way cooler, and definitely way more in the spirit of MLP. And this was almost the kind of story that I was hoping for and expecting to be in the MLP movie, because I wanted to go to all my friends and say, hey, go watch this movie, it'll be awesome, it's really cool. And to my own personal opinion, and it actually has a really good point in it. I think it's awesome. Yay! The MLP movie, not so much. It was pretty good, but this, I think, would have definitely been better. But anyway, I really liked this one. There was just so much world building and just so much stuff. I mean, we got to meet the legendary ponies. It was just, my gosh. And I'm definitely going to have a future focus on videos about certain topics within this episode, focusing on them, because there's definitely so much to talk about and discuss this episode. In some ways, this video could definitely be a lot longer, and maybe it will be, but this episode was definitely really cool, and it was just so touching to see friendship prevail once again. Yay! Yeah, there was definitely a lot of cool emotional power moments, but there was also a lot of character drama between all the characters. Definitely, not to mention Twilight was, her expressions and everything were just so priceless. It's like my idol ignores me and rejected me. Or my idol actually said something nice about me. Yes! This is just such a cool thing for Twilight. I kind of sort of agree and disagree with this point Dr. Wolf brought up that, oh, it's kind of, it's understandable for Twilight to do something as stupid as, release the pillars without realizing that she's going to release the Pony of Shadows too, because she's got tunnel vision and she just wants to save her idol. I agree and disagree with that. I could see that understandable, but at the same time, there's all these other ponies out there that should be going, well, wait a minute, Twilight. I mean, and that's exactly what Starlight Glimmer was for. Starlight Glimmer had to be, in a way, the seed of doubt, because she's kind of her equal in being able to understand magic, so she could think that, well, maybe this isn't such a good idea. I mean, the pillars must have done this for a reason, so maybe we shouldn't mess with it. And I do have to say that in the first part of this episode, there was definitely a lot of ego going around, especially when they come back to the Pwnehenge with all the objects. Well, don't think you were the only one who found her object. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed by this, but it's also understandable. Obviously, they're probably all excited and everything. It's like, we're gonna bring back all the legendary ponies, yo! But I think it was no surprise to most of the audience that when they released the pillars, they released the Pony of Shadows too, so, And definitely Starlight Glimmer was the perfect character to basically be the seed of doubt, because that scene with Twilight and Starlight Glimmer and Star Swirl, the bearded, it's a good thing your idol wasn't around when you came to make friends with me, because otherwise I'd be banished too. And then she just walks out and slammed the door on Twilight. That was so harsh, but unfortunately it was so true. See, he has a much more different approach. And again, it's kind of an interesting thing is that they forget that the reason why Twilight was able to finish the spell in Magical Mystery Cure and Star Swirl didn't, because she understands friendship and Star Swirl doesn't. Again, there's another sub-lesson of that sometimes you have to trust in your own abilities and remember your own lessons, and don't just simply, have, in a way, blind faith with this other person. Yeah, this person's a legendary figure, they have all these abilities, but you have abilities too, and sometimes you have to use your own judgment. And, he said, well, I'm not certain what you're doing is right. That scene with Starlight Glimmer and Twilight was just so priceless. It was kind of hard, but it was just so beautiful. It was just so perfect and stuff, and I just like that all through the course of this episode, Starlight is definitely the, are you sure you're doing the right thing? Because some pony has to. Ooh, interesting. Starlight Glimmer was the perfect pony for this, and maybe that she somehow learned that lesson during a royal problem, that, yeah, sometimes she has to be the pony that stands up and says to someone, are you doing the right thing? Or, you know, you have a problem, can I help you? Because some pony has to. Because if you won't, who will? It's kind of taken from the end of Babylon 5, because, yeah, it's like, if we're not there for each other, then who will be? Kind of a thing, you know, and I like that, and I'm definitely, again, I'm kind of losing it, and I'm definitely going off the rails, and I'm just, in this episode, because there's definitely so much to discuss, and so much to talk about. There's definitely been so much opened up by, this episode, and this entire season, and it was really nice that all those episodes with the pillars and all these legendary characters all actually led to something, and that, but in some ways, one of the best parts is, even if you haven't seen any of those episodes, you'll still get this episode and you'll still enjoy it. Yay! I do have to say, some of these characters are a little more problematic. I forgot her name, the beauty pony. She's not actually beautiful. She's beautiful on the inside, but if you don't know the story, you might look at her and say, Beauty? Why is she beauty? She looks awful. And it's like, why is this like Egyptian pony Hope? It's like, why is wearing a blindfold Hope? I do have one minor thing. It's like, Meadowbrook is reading the spell that Twilight wrote, and she says, well, her approach is a little unusual, but it could work. I can't help but think, wait a minute, you're a Nerf pony, what do you know about magic? Interesting notion. Nobody says that only unicorns can understand magic, so, interesting. But anyway, I think overall this episode was really good. It was really awesome. It definitely was the perfect way to end Season 7. It was just so awesome. Yo! So I'm definitely looking forward to what happens in the next season. And I definitely thank Team MLP once again for making yet another awesome season. And I'm definitely looking forward to what you have planned for us next, because I'm sure it will be awesome. So, until next time, this is Blue Star. Stay strong. And pony on. Blue Star out.